Hey guys, welcome to the very first, I forgot it again,
I know you have. This will be a very
Totally
common
Uninspired
theme.
podcast.
There we go.
That is what it is. We had a great podcast today, didn't we, Zack?
It got fucking deep.
It got fucking deep.
We okay. Let's be fair. We're out. We're dusting off the cobwebs for the first half an hour. I think.
Yeah.
We talk about some old stuff. We basically recap 12 weeks of
More
fat
than 12
loss.
weeks.
More than 12 weeks of fat
Yeah.
loss journey in about half an hour.
We do.
So that's pretty condensed.
We basically do a fat podcast, but in 30 minutes rather than 130 minutes.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, and then we have a break, and then it just...
I don't know where it came from.
It just...
There was something bubbling.
I know where it came from, because we decided to just wing it, and then we eventually just ended in really dark territory.
Really, I don't think we could have ended any darker. No. I don't think we could have.
No, so we promised that the podcast won't end as dark as it did this time.
Next time?
Every single time.
Yeah.
You know, it may end dark occasionally,
Yeah.
but we'll try and end on a lighter note next time.
We definitely can't go darker than we already have. So that's fine.
We definitely
We
can.
definitely can.
That's now
dark
the
night.
challenge. But yeah, thank you very much for tuning in and downloading the podcast, and we hope you enjoy, don't we, Zack?
Yeah.
See you in a bit.
But
Welcome to the Totally Uninspired podcast, where we talk about how we dislike being chunky monkeys, whether or not morality is learned or inherited, and maybe if you're lucky, something that might actually interest you.
What's up, guys, and welcome to the... Nah, I'm only joking. It's not that podcast. What's it called?
totally uninspired.
That is the one where we are totally unscripted at the same time.
Well, basically what happened here is off camera, off mic.
Yeah.
Off mic, Jay forgot the name of the podcast and then came up with something he thought might have been better, so he just added both in.
Yeah. So, I don't know how that's going to go down from now on.
I don't really know either.
Do we put it both in? Because this is kind of the whole point of this edition, this episode of the pod,
Is the
is that
construction.
we have absolutely no idea what this pod is about, what we're going to cover. We just both know we miss doing a podcast, correct?
Correct.
And obviously, for all y'all geezers out there, y'all will remember the fat podcast, literally.
Aye.
Yeah. But, you know, we want to move away from the fat podcast
Yeah.
because it was like all about fitness, right?
And yeah.
But we want to go in a direction where it's more about just us and the world.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I see that.
How you feeling about that?
I still feel as though, because, well, should we give them a little rundown of what's happened in the interim?
Yep.
So,
We're both sat here basically fat bastards now.
yeah, like I'm the fattest I've ever been. Like it's not even a joke. It's
Yeah.
legit.
All right, this first part of the pod will just be, you know, what have we been doing the last... Well, I think our last podcast was in July.
Fuck.
Yeah, I think it was in July or June, one of them, the last fat podcast.
Yeah.
So what we've been doing between July
The past 6
and
months.
February, so the last half a year,
Yeah.
what has happened? You go first.
Well, in fairness, loads of stuff has happened, and most of them good.
Yeah, yeah,
I learnt to drive.
yeah.
I now have a driver's license. I have a car.
See, I still find that bizarre because in my head you've always drove now.
Yeah, no.
I don't remember you. Like, you used to take taxis everywhere.
Yeah. It's super weird. Mate, the first 3 months I was flying high. I was like, you want to drive? You want to live somewhere? Yeah. Yeah, I got you. It's starting to wane a little bit, though, because I'm just like,
Yeah. What, driving is just becoming a chore?
cars are expensive.
Yep.
And I just want a new one because mine is shit.
It's not. Trust me, as shit cars go, it's one of the better ones.
It's one of the better shit cars.
But it's got leather seats, electric mirrors. You know what I mean?
You make it sound really good. Those are the only
He's
two
got
features
He's
that
got
are good.
electric mirrors, right? Let's think of all it. He's put a new CD player in there,
Yeah.
don't you? So that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
You know, it's a Ford, so if something goes wrong with it, every single garage in the whole entire world will have parts for it.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty decent, mate.
It's decent.
And it's really good on fuel.
It's pretty good on fuel. I have like 10 miles left. That's fine. Yeah, I also got a full-time job that wasn't random hours, so I've got 9 to 5,
Yep. No.
8:30 to 4:30, whatever.
Because he works at my building now. Like, we not only podcast and like chill out and stuff, we now actually work together now.
Yeah, it's quite cool.
It's pretty cool.
I mean, not that we work together because like you're annoyed as fuck, but
Whoa.
whoa,
That's just deep.
that's too harsh. I apologize. But yeah, I think all of the main goals I had during the Fat podcast, I kind of did.
Yeah.
Apart from the fitness part,
Apart from
which is
the not being fat part.
the main purpose of the podcast. Yeah.
I think I guess on the professional side, it's been a pretty good 6 months.
Yeah.
You know, and like a general life kind of side,
It's been pretty good.
it's been a good. He's also got a new girlfriend.
I do.
Was that in the last 6 months?
No. No?
No.
Shit, I should be. I should know.
You should know.
It was it was let's cut this out. Guys.
It was at some point.
It was late April of last year we started like seeing each other.
Wow.
But yeah.
Okay, so but
Proper.
it's builded over
Proper.
the last 6 months properly.
Built. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But obviously, fitness wise, you like fell off a cliff, right? And just like splattered.
Oh, it's more like I went up the cliff of fatness. And I can't find my way back down.
Yeah. Mine's kind of like the same.
Yeah.
Like I guess in the last 6 months, I've kind of started my own little business. I get commissioned. I earn money from it, which is like massive.
Yeah.
Because like they say like thousands upon thousands of little businesses are made every single day.
Well, what's the name of that business, Jay?
It's North Claw, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where can I
Claw
find?
out your brand, bro.
Where can I? Whoa, is that your actual slogan?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Northclaw.com, peoples.
Knuckle. And what?
For all of your branding needs.
So that's what you do. You do branding work.
Yes.
Okay.
So, but that's been pretty cool. Earning money from that. But I've also had some pretty rubbish stuff, which did technically happen towards the end of the podcast last year. Like I had my car crash and stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you want to go through that? Because people might think like you got mangled and shit.
Nah, right. I didn't get mangled. I was stopped at a junction waiting for someone to cross a zebra crossing in front of me, so I couldn't go anywhere. I was doing exactly what I was meant to do. And then a young girl just went straight into the back of my car. Didn't cause a lot of damage to my car, but just effed my neck up pretty bad. But I used it as an excuse for ages for not like working out or going for a walk or just eating healthily.
Yeah.
Because like I could have ate healthily the entire time.
Yeah.
You know, like nothing was stopping me from eating healthy. But I just used it as an excuse. Then I left my job where I am now for a little bit.
Yeah.
To go somewhere which was absolutely awful.
Oh yeah.
And it just like, that was just like emotionally draining. But now I've returned. Things are better than they ever were in work. It's all going sound. And I think it's about time that we sort it out. You know what I mean?
I think it's past time.
Yeah, it's past time. I think we also enable each other badly.
Oh, we do, especially now we work together.
Yeah.
It's a big issue.
We're both like have nothing for lunch, and we work like a 2-minute drive away from a co-op. But unfortunately, we also work a 5-minute drive away from McDonald's, KFC, Burger King, just everything.
It's everything. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we need to sort that out,
We do.
and that brings us to right now.
Well, what's the plan, Jay?
What's the plan?
What's the
well,
plan?
we're now going to do the podcast. The podcast will go out on a Sunday.
Yes.
So if we're ever talking about, things happening right now will be about 5 days after they've happened. Because we're planning on putting the podcast out on a Sunday.
I'm filming it. Recording it on a Tuesday.
Recording it on a Tuesday, drops on a Sunday, right?
Yeah.
So keep that in mind, listeners, when we're like, this happened today, and you'll be like, shit, that happened early last week, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And that'll be why.
Yeah.
So, and we want to cover not just the fitness, we will talk about it. It's a subject that we both find interesting,
Yes.
but not interesting enough to talk about it for an hour and a half.
No.
So we'll talk about other stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I think as a considering any of the listeners that are here that have come from the old podcast might want to know what our plan is regarding fitness.
Oh. Mine's return. Mine's effectively
return.
Yeah, effectively return to what was working.
What was working as a recap.
As a recap, right. This is Journey of a Fat Man, Fat Pod, abridged, right? So, fasting 2 days a week. Cool?
Yeah. I'm
that-
with
is-
you. I'm
we-
with you.
you
I'm
on
with
the-
you.
we
So,
on the right page?
I'm with you so far.
Yeah, fasting 2 days a week, eating to the budget 5 days a week, trying to walk every day. Bit of a crap time of the year to try and do that.
But that's slowly changing though.
But that's slowly changing. So, yeah, should be able to do that. And probably go back to the driving range.
Ooh.
Because, like, I watched the podcast, because to get in preparation for this,
Yeah.
I watched our last podcast, and you should see my face. I'm, like, talking about going to the driving range, and I'm, like, happy as shit about it, right? And I'm like, that's probably the last time I went. It's like that day, because I went from your house to there, then home. And that was the last time I probably went.
I think I remember you went one time after your accident, I think. And you're like, that hurts like fuck.
Yeah, and it did. And it really hurt. And that just put me off massively. And I was like, yeah, I won't do this for a while. And that while turned into like forever until now at this point. You know, so I'm hoping to, sort that out.
So starting, this week? You're doing 5 and 2?
No. My plan is to, because I think I keep trying to do 5 and 2.
Right.
But I don't think my body's ready for it yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to eat to my budget, because I haven't been eating to my budget.
Okay.
I'm going to simply eat to my budget or below for like a 2 or 3 week period.
Yeah.
Then go into, like a stepping stone down.
Yeah.
Instead of going from like up the top to the very bottom, I'm going to jump down to the middle and then to the bottom instead.
Well, as a question though, I think something we both need to think about is obviously we made a lot of I made a lot of progress. You made a lot of progress, right?
Yeah.
You probably probably made way more than I did in that the span of the Fat Podcast. Although before that, I was probably in better shape than when I started. But whatever, right?
Yeah.
What's your strategy in order to not flip flop again?
Try not to get hit by any cars.
By any cars. Trying to stop for people at zebra crossings.
Yeah.
That was your issue.
Try not to make excuses, I think. You know, like, because we make excuses every day when we go to McDonald's or something. You know what I mean? Like, we'll go there, and it's like, why are we going to McDonald's? The excuse is, we didn't bring any food with us. The answer to that is, bring food to work.
Or go to a place where you can buy healthy food.
Or buy healthy food. You don't need to go to McDonald's, you know? So it's like...
And a more obvious statement has never been said.
No,
you don't need to go.
Funny enough, you don't need to go to McDonald's, but apparently that is what we like to do.
Because it's delicious, Jay.
It is delicious. It's too nice, if anything.
It's
you know?
unfortunately delicious, yeah.
But yeah, that's my... Stop making excuses, because I think once the excuses are out of the way, everything will be easier.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How are you using Lose It again to track your...
I will be starting with when I start doing the fasting, because I'm back up to just being total fat clown. So as long as I don't go to and have a takeaway anywhere, I'm under my budget.
Yeah, fair.
Like, it sounds ridiculous because I will lose weight by just saving money, if that makes sense. So like, if I don't spend my money on food, I will lose weight to like a certain level.
So you save pounds.
Like, honestly, I believe if I don't have a takeaway, if I simply don't buy food that I can't cook, I will lose 1.5 stone just to get down to like, even if I binged at home, I think, I still think I'd lose weight.
Wow.
Just because that's how high my threshold is.
Shit.
But you see me, like, when we go to McDonald's, even though it's naughty for you, you don't do...
Naughty for me.
You don't do what I do.
No.
Like, you'll get a meal, just a meal.
Yeah.
Like, me, I go and I have, like, a banquet when I go there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You do.
And, so that's bad. Like, it wouldn't be too bad if we went there, I just went, just a Big Mac meal. You know, that was it.
true.
but I like just go all out because I think it's like a wasted journey otherwise.
Well, this was once your plan a long time ago when you almost died. You
Yeah.
were like, I tell you what, I'm just gonna have a burger and chips every day, and that's
Yeah.
it. And
It
that's
worked for weight loss, not so much for living past
I mean,
25.
You won't weigh anything at all if you die.
No, no, I think my skeleton will at least
Oh,
weigh
okay, yeah, that's
like
fair.
6 or 7 stone. Like, you know
fair.
what I mean?
Eventually,
But yeah. What about you? What are you gonna do?
I'll mate. Well, currently, I am tracking all the food I eat in MyFitnessPal. You saw me today.
Yep.
My issue
What
is
you had today looked absolutely disgusting.
oh my god, it was the worst. I had 2 boiled eggs, and then
In spinach.
three tiny pieces of cold pitta
Yeah.
with some red pepper hummus, which was nice.
Yeah, the red pepper hummus was nice, but
Yeah.
the pittas just looked a bit pathetic.
Yeah, 2 boiled eggs don't go down easy with no anything. Don't do that to yourself. But I did that. My issue right now, actually, I'll come back to the issue after I tell the plan.
Right.
So I'm gonna try and hit my budget, my calorie budget
Yeah.
is 1,600 for relatively fast weight loss. Not insanely fast.
How
that
much?
1,600 calories.
1600. Yep.
Not so fast that I can't sustain it
Yeah.
and that it's unhealthy, but not so slow that I don't see any progress.
Right.
So that's the main goal.
Yeah.
I've been at the gym 4 times in the past couple of weeks.
You mean your gym?
My gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But-
just weight stuff, not cardio stuff then.
I never was a fan of cardio. I don't think I can sustain cardio.
Do you want me to hurt your feelings right now?
Oh, no.
I think you need to start doing a little bit of cardio.
JJ. Why?
How do you feel about your body right now?
I feel shitty.
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 Do you feel you need cardio?
That's not the point. That's not the point. though. Oh.
Yes or no?
Well, no, because the reason I feel shitty about it because I'm massively, for me,
Yeah,
for
for
me,
you. Yeah.
massively overweight.
But just stress for him.
For me.
Yeah.
Well, I can give you exact digits, bro. So,
I don't need exact digits. I just need what you think.
mate, I'll give it exact digits. I don't give
Go
a
on
fuck. So when we first met,
Yeah.
I was underweight. In fairness,
Yeah. You
When
were
we first met,
massively
I
underweight.
was quite
when we
underweight.
met.
but I was 65 kilos.
Yeah.
I'm now 95 kilos. I've gained 30 kilos.
Yeah. But you were massively underweight.
Okay, let's say 70 something.
Bear in mind, he's just under 6 feet tall.
I'm 6 foot tall. Thank you very much. But yeah, so I'm 95 kilos, which is the most I've ever weighed in my entire life.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you now, that's not muscle. I'll tell you now. That's when I drive. I've never experienced this before, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
When I drive and I hit a speed bump, I jiggle.
Jiggle.
I jiggle.
It's like been my life forever. I don't even know what that feels like. You know what I mean?
I don't like the jiggle.
The problem is, I got to a point, yeah, where I'd lost so much weight, right, that, you know, like when you're sat in a car, you put a seatbelt on.
Yeah.
Got a strap that goes between your nips, and then you got the strap that goes across your waist.
Yeah.
The waist one was no longer going under my belly.
Oh.
Like, it was just over me,
Oh.
you know? Like, now it's back to just being, like, completely hidden by my stomach now,
Wow.
you know? Which is sad times. You
Yeah.
know, feels bad, man.
Feels bad.
You know, but, and I think, yeah, it's strange. And look, I said to you off air that I watched the podcast, and the saddest part was that podcast was me telling you and all the viewers how close I was to a massive milestone of mine, which is a milestone I never reached, because that podcast was like 4 or 5 days before my car accident,
Yeah.
and then I had my accident, and then it just fucking ruined everything.
Yeah.
So I was just like, so yeah, but it didn't ruin anything. It ruined stuff for like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
I ruined everything after,
Yeah.
you know?
But that's I think the issue is accountability with just yourself is difficult.
Yeah.
And also the people around you, your loved ones, right? The people that care about you, they are sympathetic to what's happening to you. So they don't want to be like, Jay, stop being a fucking fat piece of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's been 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Just get back on your bike and trust me, you'll feel better after.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I don't know if any of the listeners know Jay, but he doesn't really respond well to people telling him what to do.
No, I don't.
So-
Unless that includes something like fun.
Like McDonald's, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's like, you should go to McDonald's. That's a good thing to tell me. That's a good thing to tell me, you know? I have to be approached in a good way.
It's really difficult.
It is. I know it is. I know, like you know, my girlfriend, like,
Yeah.
very often, stuff about, like, just life in general, she'll be correct about.
Yeah.
Whether, like, money or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I cannot be told just straight up. Like, say I'm sat on a sofa, I'm
Yeah.
about to buy something stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah? If she just goes, don't buy that, that's stupid, I'm pissy. You know what I mean? I'm like, because I take that as, like,
You're
you saying your judgment
Okay.
for my money
Yeah.
is better than my own judgment.
Yeah.
You know?
When it
And I
probably
take it as
is.
like a personal insult. But it most definitely is the case
Yeah.
that her judgment is better than mine.
Oh dear.
But it's just how to approach it with me.
Well, what-
Sometimes I can take it, but like most of the time, just don't do it after like work. Because I'm like, I've just got home and I want to relax, and then I got to think about like money or something. I'm like, nah.
What would be the best way to approach it? Because I think this is valuable for people listening who don't take either. I think you take criticism well, but you don't take. I don't know. It's difficult
Yeah,
because you.
yeah,
That's very odd. You can take criticism well, but you just can't take people telling you what you're doing is wrong.
yeah.
Because
But like, I'll get pissy, I'll get like riled about it, and then like I'll probably like walk off and go upstairs, look at my phone for like 10 seconds, and then come back downstairs. I'm like, my bad. Like after I've had to think about it, like, you know.
okay, let's say you're on Amazon.
Yeah,
I'm Ruth, right?
yeah. This is weird, but carry on.
Right. I mean, it's fine. We've done this roleplay before. So, you're looking at some random shit, and you're like, "Yo, I wanna buy this shit."
Yeah.
And it's stupid as fuck. Jay, that's stupid. Don't buy that. What's the reaction?
It's my money, man. I can do what I want with my own money.
Yeah, but you
Do not talk to me in that tone of voice.
but Jay, you're gonna.
But this is not how it starts.
how does
Because it starts from me. Because I have this,
What you like? Excited
I'm talking to myself, but talking to you, right? So, you understand a bit. So, like, because I know, like, every single part of me knows it's a stupid decision.
Right.
Right? But I also, because obviously I'm in a relationship, been in a relationship 7.5 years, it's a long time.
Yeah.
We pretty much share everything, right? So, like, monetary decisions are group decisions.
Yeah.
Even though what I'm telling you is when I don't like it to be a group decision, right? But I subconsciously still know it has to be, right?
I lost track about 7 words ago. What? What?
Everything we do when it comes to money
Okay.
is a group decision. We don't just buy stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go, I'm gonna buy this, or
I'd use the
"Can we buy
word
that?"
joint. You're making me think you got like 3 other people in this relationship.
No, just me and my girlfriend.
Right.
But when I'm trying to make these stupid decisions,
Right.
I don't want that to be a thing. I want to have control over what we're buying. But I know that I can't. Subconsciously, I know that.
Yeah.
So I'll be sat on the sofa. My girlfriend will be sat next to me.
Yeah.
And I'll look at someone on Amazon.
Yeah.
And I'll start talking out loud.
What the fuck?
I'll start going, yeah, that'd be really good. Because it's like the subconscious me wanting her to ask me what I'm trying to buy.
Right. I see.
So then she'll go, what's that?
Yeah.
And I'll go, oh, it's this really good thing. I turn into a salesman. You know, I'm like, I could do this. I could do this, this, and this.
Yeah.
Like, it'd make my life so much easier. It'd make your life so much easier.
Yeah.
I turn into a proper salesman. This is what I think. I'd be an amazing second-hand car dealer.
Yeah.
Right? I'd be amazing. And then, sometimes, my girlfriend falls for it hook, line, and sinker, and then we get it, and like, why the hell did we buy that? But then if she does go, you're not getting that.
Yeah.
That's when, I get frustrated, and I'm like, it's my money, man. I can do what I want with my money.
Oh. Okay.
And I know it happens. I know it happens. But 99% of the time, she's right about
Okay.
that.
What? How? Okay, so let's shift the particulars, right?
Yeah.
So let's say you're like, oh, fuck, we got no more pasta left in the house. Fuck. Oh my god, again. I just came home from work.
Yeah.
I guess I'll order a Mackey's.
Yeah.
And then Ruth's like, no. What's the reaction? Like, I'm not sure.
Not too bad with food.
Really?
Yeah, not too bad with food, to be perfectly honest.
But does that happen often?
Not really. Not really. With food, it's very. I am a stiffler for
Stifler? Stifler's mom?
Yeah.
Stifler?
Stickler?
Stickler.
Stickler.
Stifler is
I am
a
a stickler
character in American Pie.
for technology.
Yeah.
So if someone comes out, I want it, and I can't get it, that's already frustrating me.
Yeah.
And then someone tells me definitively I cannot have it.
Yeah.
That tips me over the I'm pissy precipice.
Yeah.
You know?
The pissy precipice.
Yeah. So with food, it's different because that's like a fleeting thing.
Right.
You know, like I'll go, let's just go get a McDonald's or something like that. She'll say no. I'll be like, oh. And then it'll be gone.
Yeah.
Because it'll be gone. I'll go, right, fine. And then I'll go look for food, which we obviously do have.
Yeah.
It's just food I cannot be asked to cook at that moment in time.
Yeah.
But as soon as the McDonald's or KFC or whatever it is taken out of the equation, then I can just do it.
Oof.
You know? But I need to be like told like, no, I can't do that.
Okay.
You know?
Right. So let me put it into a different perspective. Right?
Right, example number 3.
Example number 3. So it's lunch.
Yeah.
We're like in the car. We're like, let's go get some food,
Yeah.
right? And you're like, we at Mackey's.
Well, I say that or you say
You
that?
say that.
Right, okay.
How am I approaching that?
You go, nah, fam. And I go, but the thing is, I know this has happened.
Yeah?
Because you're going, we're not getting it. And I just go, so we're going to go right at this turn and then we'll just keep driving.
Yeah.
The real thing is you should drive everywhere. Because you're stronger than me when it comes to staying back from food.
I'm not. Yeah, but I don't like driving.
I know. As long as you drive everywhere, we ain't never go to McDonald's.
Maybe.
Because whoever's behind the wheel makes the decisions. Feel me?
That's such a crazy metaphor for life.
It is. The
Whoever
driver makes
makes
the
the
decisions.
decisions.
Simple as that.
You have to drive your own the car of your heart.
You know? But it would only be for like... It would only be that way for a few weeks until I've readjusted back to being healthy Jay.
So the issue you have right now is you need to have that few weeks.
Yeah, the issue is I can't get in the brain space of being who I was 8 months ago.
Yeah.
I cannot get back into that headspace because when I was there, I still remember it. When I was there, I didn't think about McDonald's. I didn't think about KFC. The only thing I thought about was how much lower the number was going to be.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
I looked at on the weights the next week. That's the only thing that mattered.
Sure.
You know. So like even when I was making decisions in the house,
Yeah.
like say I'm sat down, it's 9 o'clock at night, right? I check my lose it. I've got 300 calories left.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go and eat because I go, I'm not hungry enough to need to eat. I just want to eat because I'm a little bit bored or whatever. And I go, but if I leave that 300 calories, I might lose the tiniest little bit more, which means more to me than eating that packet of crisp
Yeah.
or whatever. But at the moment, it doesn't.
Yeah.
So I'm sat there, I'm like, 200 calories left. I'm going to fucking eat that right now.
Here's the thing, right? Because I know, because we've had conversations of the past like 3 or 4 months, right?
Yeah.
About let's do the podcast again. Come on, we need to sort this shit out. Let's do the
Yeah.
podcast. And like 3 or 4 months ago, you were like, I gained like 2/3 back.
Yeah.
So I think the mindset there was, I've gained 2/3 back. I got wiggle room.
Yeah, exactly.
I got wiggle.
I've got it all back now. I'm right back to first base. I am
First base.
step 1, step 0. I'm on at the moment because I
Shit.
took the step.
Are you
even-
over what you were when you started?
No,
Or no.
no.
So you're just
£2,
2 pounds over.
£2 under
Under.
what I was.
So technically, you're still.
Yeah,
Still
so
away.
it's took me a year to lose £2. You know, but it was like, and even like in the last podcast, we were like 2 months away from my target date, and I would have hit it.
Fuck.
You know, and it's like, oh fuck! Now I got to start all over again. So this time, you know, I'm giving myself till New Year
Yeah.
I want to be where I want to be
At New Year.
at New Year's Eve,
Yeah.
you know, so then I can have a nice shit ton of beer
Yeah.
New Year's Eve and just like celebrate that fact
Yeah.
that I've reached my target,
Yeah.
you know, and then it would just be from there.
I mean, that's...
We started this podcast saying, you know what, we're not going to talk about fitness very much.
Well, no, because this is...
See, this is what happens when you make a podcast with no structure.
No. But here's the thing, right? This podcast, this first episode, we're still fleshing out what we're doing. And also, it's kind of... this first one's kind of a tribute to the people that are coming back listening from the Fat podcast.
Yes. Welcome back.
Welcome back. And also, just explaining what we're doing.
Yeah.
And that was we just condensed like 12-hour and a bit long podcasts into what?
Into what I can't even tell. Whatever.
GarageBand is weird, man.
Whatever 880 bars is.
But it seems to be random because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, then it skips to the next one.
So it's
5,
like I just can't.
6.
So when we next do it, I'll make sure to change this layout.
Yeah.
So it actually gives us a time, you know. But I think that's a good place to pause and have a break.
Right.
Yeah. So we will see you in part 2, peeps.
Bye.
God dang. Hello, guys, and welcome back to Totally Uninspired.
He definitely
Part
forgot the name
2.
of the podcast.
I will remember it eventually.
One day. I'll write it down.
One day soon,
One day is today.
maybe.
It is
It
remembered.
may happen.
Well,
We were just discussing off air what part 2 should be about, and both couldn't come up with anything, so we just said roll it.
I mean, I just
Well,
I
Zach said roll it.
I control the narrative here.
Yes. Okay, go. Shoot. What are we talking about? Silence.
Human rights, and free speech.
And free speech.
Yeah.
This was a thing that we were talking about in the
Well,
car.
we were going to talk about it in the car, and they were just
Yeah,
like,
and then we're like, no, stop.
that is something
Let's talk
interesting.
about it on the pod. And this was about Sam Smithy boy. He wouldn't like being called that now.
You say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were listening to covers of his songs instead of listening to him sing his songs, which I thought was pretty strange.
I actually didn't know that was Sam Smith. Until you told me.
But yeah, he not recently now, but recently in terms of, you know, it happened
world.
in the last year. He decided that he now wanted to be known or as they instead of he or she or whatever, you know.
All the
And
other 72 pronouns.
but the thing is, that is fine. As people know about me, I have, you know, different sexualities in my family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty tolerant. I think tolerant's a wrong word, because I don't think you have to be tolerant, because like people can be who they want to be.
The best way to be is being very whatever.
Yeah, exactly. But Jordan Peterson, you know, who I think is always wrongly cited as like being a bigot, because I think people use his words. They like take little snippets of what he says out of context and then associate him with a certain bit of hate somewhere.
Yeah.
And I think he's one of the main people I see that with. But he doesn't care if you want to be called they or he or king or queen or whatever the hell you want to be called, as long as you don't make him call you that.
Yeah.
You know? What do you think about that?
Well, in the current climate,
Yeah.
people are treating being called a pronoun that they don't personally identify with as a microaggression, right?
Yeah.
And in the legislation for the C-16 bill, which is what Jordan Peterson was fighting against in
Yeah.
Canada, right? Because it forced compelled speech, which goes against free speech, essentially. The issue was that it didn't have any clarification in the legislation dependent on what the context of the misuse was.
Yeah.
So let's say you identify as Quemph, right?
Yeah.
I am a Quemph.
Yeah. I know you're right, Quenf.
Right, Quenf, right?
Yeah.
There was no wording in the legislation that said, one, it had to be deliberate.
Yeah.
So let's say if I call you he, right?
Yeah.
Technically, I'd be breaking the law in Canada if you don't want to be identified as a he.
But you wouldn't know that.
I would know that.
Yeah.
But you could make the argument in a court of law that I did know that, or even if I didn't know that, that I shouldn't have called you that.
Yeah.
How does that make any sense?
It doesn't to me, but it does to some people. You know, like it's strange, isn't it? It's like I don't think that you should get offended so easily about just anything.
Well,
Like me, right? As I've told you many times before, when I'm around someone for a prolonged period of time, they will eventually always ask me the same question.
what?
They look at me dead in the eye and go, "What are you?" Or they'll say, "What's in you?" Or "What's your heritage?" Or something along those lines, right? And some people would find that really offensive,
Right.
you know? I do.
Can I mention that's not 100% true?
It is.
Because I've never said that to you.
Yeah, you're different.
What do you mean I'm different?
You wouldn't say that anyway because
What?
you are you're
What?
different to me. You are so eager to not offend.
I'm not eager to not offend. And
are.
also, why would that be offensive?
Because that's my point. Well, some people think that some people would take that as offensive because, and these people know that because they will, before saying what's in you, what's your heritage, blah blah blah, they will say, don't take offense to this, but what is in you, blah blah blah, right? And I go, that's not offensive because you're looking at me, I'm right in front of you. You're seeing that I don't quite look like what you would expect a British person to look like, right? And you're going, something's different there, right? And it's fine. This is deep. It's perfectly fine being different.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
sure.
But like, that person's gonna go, hey, look at that big dude over there, right? That's fine. I prefer being called Jay. But if he wants to call me that big dude sat over there,
This comes into
Carry on.
This comes into another thing of, let's say you're driving like an asshole, right?
yeah,
And
we're not in your car here.
you you almost crash into me, right?
Yeah,
And I call you a wanker, right?
yeah.
Should I be arrested for that? Should I be able to be arrested for that?
No,
What if you weren't driving like a wanker? Why would you call you a wanker?
no.
Well, that's basically the same thing, isn't it?
It is.
Because you don't want to be called a wanker, but you're being called a wanker.
Yeah.
It's overly sensitive people.
Yeah. But I think that's just like culture right now. And I think we're heading for like a big
A shift.
shift
Yeah.
in, you know, and like I honestly think that this is the reason why like people like Boris Johnson and people like Donald Trump are in power, because they're like the polar opposite of what I think most people get annoyed by.
Like snowflake behavior.
Yeah,
just
they're like, look at all these snowflakes. Let's get something that is the complete contrast to that. You know, someone who gives out so much offensive stuff, it's almost not offensive anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I think what we're seeing is if you just a cycle in political popularity
Yeah.
based on social behaviors, essentially.
Yeah.
So each time one of these cycles happens, so like you get a slight move forward in society.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Give me an example. Like, Jay, help me out.
No, this is
So
all
like,
about you.
let's say,
He's dying without that.
so,
You're dying right now.
I am. But let's say Obama getting into office
Yeah.
and legalizing gay marriage,
Yeah.
right? That was a liberal, insanely liberal thing to do.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it was wrong.
Yeah.
I'm saying it was an insanely liberal thing to do at the time.
Yeah.
And then what happened right after Obama?
Yeah.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
So it tends to cycle, but Donald Trump hasn't taken away the ability to get married if you're gay in America.
Yeah.
So overall, the society's moved forward, but it's shifted back. So after Trump, whether he gets elected for another 4 years this year or not,
Yeah.
after Trump, I think we'll see another liberal president,
Yeah.
and it'll just keep going
Yeah.
because that's how it's worked, and that's how it will work.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? It's like, I think right now, I think we're seeing in politics, especially, like really kind of tight races.
Right.
Like before, you knew who was going to win before it happened.
Yeah.
You know, like back when I first even understood what a political race was, like Labour would always win because they were the party of the people. They were the party that represented people like me and my family, you know? Whereas it's a little bit different now. And I'm not ashamed to say it. I voted Labour, you know,
Right.
this time.
Yeah.
It wasn't the party that I felt represented me to the fullest extent, but it was one of the two. It was one out of the two parties that were gonna win.
Yeah.
The one that most
But
suited my.
But don't you
thing.
think that's an issue?
I do.
In terms of you voted for someone who wasn't the person you wanted to vote for just because you wanted someone similar enough to your values that
Yeah.
you could be okay with the government.
Pretty much. That's bad. That is bad. But it says more about us, like us as society, because only two parties, three if you include the Liberal Democrats,
Yeah.
have financial backing enough to even fight on a level playing field.
But this is okay.
Because like Green don't.
We're getting
they can't go-
we're getting political here. So
I know.
right.
Like they can't. Like Green can't go right. We're going to run this £20 million political campaign.
Yeah, but they can't do that unless people vote.
No.
Okay, so I'll
No, they could if someone, let's say Richard Branson,
Yeah.
goes, you know what? I absolutely agree with Green,
yeah.
and I'm going to fund their
But
political run.
let's say you can't get a uber wealthy million billionaire, right?
Yeah.
How else would someone win a seat?
Well, it's just votes.
Votes, right? And votes predicated on their manifesto. Votes predicated on what they want to do for the country. So, the biggest advertisement for the Green Party, for example, which is who I voted for, right?
Yeah.
Would be for people to vote for them.
Yeah.
But everyone
Well,
thinks they're just throwing their vote away by voting Green. But let's say everyone thought like you and said, okay, yeah, I'm not going to
everyone
vote
did
for Green.
me.
Exactly. But that's
Yeah.
because everyone said that everyone else would think like
Yeah.
them, and it goes on and on and on. We are slow. Well, the Green Party are slowly gaining seats, very, very slowly. We
lost them,
we kept
yeah.
we kept a seat.
One.
We kept a
solitary
seat. Was it in Bath? I think it was in Bath. Good old
But
Bath.
but that again is the lack of money, because people maybe that would vote for that party may not even know they exist.
I've spoken to 3 separate people, right,
Yeah.
including you, so 2 other people, right?
Yeah.
All of which didn't vote for Green because they thought it won't. I
Yeah.
agree with them more than Labour, but they won't get in.
Yeah.
Right? I only know like 6 people, dude. so like,
Half of the people you know.
so like 50% of the people. Let's expand that
this-
out to the
yeah.
rest of the country.
yeah.
If everyone thinks, oh, I won't vote for this party because it won't win, of course it's not going to win.
Yeah.
You have to have some faith in the system,
Yeah.
but no one does. What?
It's unfortunately, as I say, it's the reality we live in. You know, it's what it is.
The reality is created by those
Choosing
who...
the lesser of two evils is usually the only option in society.
What would a Witcher do, Jay?
I know. Well, the Witcher would just, he'd be in there with his swords,
Swords.
Because I think silver would work on a lot of people inside that.
What, inside Parliament?
House of Parliament, yeah.
Careful what you say. You're gonna get put on a list now.
Monsters. You know what I mean?
Monsters.
Like some of the stuff you hear, you know, that they've debated over, and you're like, why is there a debate about this? Why? You know what I mean? Like when Theresa May did her vote to try and appease everyone, but ended up failing miserably, right? She had to make like a coalition-y kind of thing
Yeah.
with the SNP.
Yep.
Or whatever to get a majority.
Scottish National
blah,
Party
blah,
for our foreign
right?
viewers.
And this party doesn't want schools to teach evolution. Right? Which, to me, is like next level stupid. Right?
Here's my issue. Right?
Yeah.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
Right? But
I don't even know how you get to be a political party. Like, when you go, like, you're there, you're in amongst people, really educated people. Because even though press like to label, you know, PMs and MPs as being stupid for doing something that's stupid. They love calling people stupid.
Yeah.
News like calling people stupid. The fact of the matter is, they are not stupid people. Like Boris Johnson has made like a brand out of being a bumbling idiot, but he's a highly educated person, and look where he is now. Even though for the last 10 years, every single newspaper in the world has branded him as, you know, stupid Boris. You know? Now he's the Prime Minister. You know? So, you're in this room of all of these educated people, right? And you're sat there going, evolution didn't happen. How are you not laughed out the building?
here's the thing.
Because they don't want to offend.
A lot of very intelligent people, a lot of scientists are not atheists. They believe in some kind of God.
Yeah. But these guys don't.
What, you saying the people that are against evolution don't believe in God?
No, I believe they don't believe. They're not believing in science.
Yes.
Because evolution is a scientific fact.
Yes.
So if you, it's the wrong terminology. You don't believe in science. It just is.
Yes, it is.
You know, you don't have to believe in science. There's a famous saying. It's like the best thing about science is you don't have to believe it. It just is true.
I think the issue is, at the moment, we're living in a society where there are more atheists than ever, I would say.
Yeah. Good.
And more more agnostics, right?
Yeah.
Because of this, people of specific religions feel threatened that their way of life is going to stop existing.
Yeah.
And therefore, the only way they can preserve that is by doing things that affect children, like not teaching evolution in school.
Yeah.
Limiting their ability to
Make coherent
think,
decisions.
and think critically.
Yeah.
Right? That's why these kind of things happen. So there is an end game to it. I don't think necessarily they even believe. I don't think necessarily they even believe that evolution isn't real. They just think it's the easiest way to maintain their way of life and the future. My guess. It's like Scientology. I reckon.
Well, Scientology's like more of
No.
a cult.
No, but I reckon. I say reckon. I sound like a redneck. I think
Whoa.
that.
Stop being offensive.
Oh, soz, bro. I think that. What was I saying? You derailed me.
About Scientology.
Yeah, I think that loads of celebrities don't actually believe in Scientology. They just want this cult thing.
Yeah.
Under like.
It's like what we were saying about flat earthers.
Oh man,
I don't think 95% of flat earthers believe the Earth is flat.
Have you watched? It's a documentary on Netflix called Beyond the Curve.
Yes.
Oh, it's fucking brilliant.
It's amazing.
It's one of the. If you have time to watch it, watch that documentary.
It's amazing because like you know me, when someone is being an idiot.
Yeah.
In front of me, I am incapable of just letting it go.
Yeah.
I am incapable. Like, my girlfriend has to stop me in public because someone will say something. Because she's known me so long, she knows what triggers me. So someone will say something, and she'll like put her hand on me and just go, Jay, don't, because like you don't know him, you don't know you. You're gonna make someone cry, you know. And I'm just like, all right, but like in my head, I'm just going, you fucking idiot. How can you believe that? How can you believe that? Like, it's just the blatant kind of what I get with like these heavily religious people that no matter how much evidence is chucked in their face will not listen to it, right?
Yeah.
Is the complete like just ignorance. Like there's just go on YouTube, right, and just search Dawkins, right? Search Richard Dawkins, and he talking, and search Richard Dawkins versus creationist, right? It will drive you insane watching Richard Dawkins try to just not change this person's opinion, to simply make her listen.
Yeah.
He is incapable, and this is Richard Dawkins, and he is incapable of just getting this woman to literally just hear him.
Yeah.
He's there, like, she says something, Richard Dawkins listens to every part of it.
Yeah.
And he goes, this is it. She goes, there's no evidence that people lived before the year 0, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm hearing what you're saying, but there definitely is evidence. And he's like, you can go to this museum. Can't remember the museum he says. This museum, and you have Neanderthal bones.
Yeah.
All this kind of stuff. And she goes, yes, but there's no evidence that we lived before. And he goes, as I've said, and he is so patient. Richard Dawkins is a patience of a saint.
Yeah.
And he says it again, but in a different way.
Yeah.
And she goes, but are they bones? Now it's a conspiracy theory.
Because are they?
You know, it's like, how do you argue with someone that you go, here's the evidence, and they go, is it real though? It's like, what I don't get is they can be that skeptical about a physical thing in the world that millions of people confirm to be real, right? But can read a book with no physical evidence about a deity thing doing magical things every day and go, total fact that. Total fact.
But here's the thing. So, who was it? It wasn't Richard Dawkins. Was it Richard Dawkins?
What?
Oh man,
You're having a proper brain fart today.
I haven't brain farts all day.
If you're forgetting Christopher Hitchens' name.
No. Who? That's even worse. Who came up with the theory of evolution? Originally.
Dawkins. No. Darwin.
Darwin. Thank you.
Yeah.
Charles Darwin. I couldn't get Dawkins out of my head. So Charles Darwin, he came up with what we understand evolution to be today.
Yeah.
Right? He came up with the building blocks.
Survival of the fittest.
Right? Yeah, natural selection, all that good shit, right? On his deathbed, he refuted everything.
Yeah.
He said, I'm sorry, I was wrong, blah, 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 because he was afraid.
Fear. Yeah.
Fear. I think these people aren't stupid. They're scared.
Yeah.
They're scared. They don't want to... Not to mention, let's say you were raised, right? Let's say you were raised heavily Catholic or heavily Muslim or
Whatever.
Hindu, whatever, yeah? That has been your way of... That has been an integral part of your living. You've followed doctrines. You've gone every Sunday to your respective place of worship, right?
Yeah.
Imagine you're 25, 26. The older you get, the harder it would be to take away. Think about being 50, 60 in politics and you're like, yep, no, everything I've been told for 60 years, my entire life, more than the people that are trying to argue against me have been alive, they're telling me that what I know is wrong. How? That's like me telling you, right? Evolution didn't happen and I have counter evidence. It's going to take you a lot of time, if ever, to believe me over what you know to be true.
It's different.
How so?
It's different. Like, the comparison that you just made is different.
Okay.
Because it wouldn't be hard for me if you said evolution's not true. I have proof. Here's this, this, and this. Because I believe in science. I would hear you.
Sure. Okay, but let's say
Because I believe in the scientific method.
that's fine. But let's say, but you were raised to believe in the scientific method. That's what I'm saying.
Because in religion, you are raised to not question. You are raised to have faith.
Yes and no.
No matter what.
You're raised to have faith, but not necessarily not question. There are theologians. There are people who study the Bible. There are people who question their interpretations. They have questions, but they don't fall outside the lines of what the Bible says to be true, or any respective doctrine that you follow.
It's like, it boggles the mind, right? Honestly, it does. Like, I think the thing about Christianity that really bothers me is that it could be changed. In
What
the
do you
fact
mean?
that we've had, like, you go to someone, you go, God said that he would hurt anyone who was homosexual. Like,
Yeah.
he would want you to hurt. And then someone goes, no, but that's the Old Testament.
Well, technically, the only thing that...
No. They go, that's the Old Testament. I don't mean that specifically.
Right.
I mean certain things in the Bible, right?
Yeah.
And they go, that's the Old Testament. And I go, yeah, but God didn't come back and change it. At no point did God go, you know what? That one was a little bit harsh.
Well, the thing is, though,
change it a little bit.
here's the thing. The work...
Do you know who changed that?
What?
Man.
Well, man wrote it in
Because...
the first place.
No, because they changed it because man had evolved to the point where they had gone, damn, that shit in there is morally wrong. You know?
Yeah.
And they weren't getting the people in their ranks. They weren't recruiting enough people. So, another man, changed it.
Yeah.
And a man writ it in the first place. God did not write the Bible.
No, you're absolutely right. But I was going to say, oh man, I had a point.
Like, I always find the funny thing is, what if God is real, but you get to heaven, and he goes, why the fuck did you listen to anything in that book?
Mate, oh my god, there's a fantastic song by Bo Burnham, which is basically that entire idea.
You know?
It's basically that entire idea.
Well, I am God, I am real, but that none of that is true.
It's a song called
You
From
know,
God's
Cain and Abel,
Perspective.
who the hell are they? You know what I mean?
Who that?
You know, like Eve sounds like a nice girl, but never met her.
New Bible, who dis?
You know, like it would just be the ultimate prank.
It wouldn't even be. It's just the thing is, if you are to believe, we're leaning heavy on Christianity. So I apologize if you aren't
It's
Christian.
the closest thing to that I can grasp.
And it's the most common.
We live in Britain. It's the number one religion.
I actually don't know the stat. Well, number one religion for our demographic.
I guess, but I would assume that people around our age aren't religious.
At
are
all.
more or less not religious. than they
Agnostic
were.
to atheist. Yeah, that's fine. What were we saying? It's gone off track. How do we get to religion?
Listen, I was just saying that God, he might be real, but he didn't write the Bible.
My issue is because yes, some theologians do critique the Bible, but they don't go outside the realm of a God existing, right?
Yeah.
But the Old Testament was when God was interfering. The New Testament, God said he would never interfere. Ever since he flooded the world with Noah, right? Or without Noah, I guess. With Noah? He put Noah on a ship, right?
Well, he told Noah to build a ship.
And he went on that ship,
Yeah.
right? 2 of everything apart from a unicorn.
Yeah.
My bad, right?
Don't know how they got there, but yeah,
Yeah, true.
that's a big ass boat.
So people make excuses for all the weird stuff that happens in day to day now as God can't interfere. He said he wouldn't interfere. But then, what? You know what I mean?
This is what I mean.
Should we bring in a Christian on
I
the
think we
podcast?
should. This is what I mean. Everything is, like,
Mate,
coincidence, right? Everything is too much of a coincidence. It's like something like they're like praise him, praise the praise God, the all powerful, all knowing, omnipresent force in the world. And it's like, yeah, but he's all powerful. Why don't you just stop this happening? He wouldn't interfere. It's like, and then that begs the question to me: what the fuck's he doing then?
But they're the same people that say praise God for
praise
saving my
God, or
baby.
he will smite you, but he doesn't interfere.
Not even that, but like, let's say their baby survives a fire or some shit. It's like,
thank God.
God has blessed us.
You know, the fireman who just risked his life to go and get your baby out. Well, if I was a fireman and I went into this building, I got lungs full of soot, right? And I come out, I got this baby, I'm like burnt to crimson, right? I pass that baby to the crying, happy face of its mother.
Yeah.
And it goes, thank God, and walks off. I'm pissy.
Well, these though, here's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
Those same firemen might be like, this was God's work. Even though they did it themselves.
This was God's work. He made me do the fireman's exam. You know, it's like, no. Like, my girlfriend is religious in her way, right?
Go on.
She's not militant religious.
Excuse me? Come on.
She believes in a version of God.
In terms of, she believes in a higher being existing and creating the universe.
Yes.
But nothing...
And some more leaning towards Christian style of God.
Right.
Right? But she doesn't believe, you know, that he cares whether you put your winky inside of a woman or a man. Doesn't care about that stuff, you know. And she was saying, and I said, we were just laying in bed one day,
right?
And I said, give me one good reason why God has to exist. And she said, well, if he didn't, we'd just go around killing each other, right? And I was just like, oh. And then she wouldn't listen to me when I tried to argue it back. She was just like, I want to go to bed now. And I was like, that frustrated me more. That frustrated me even more.
Yeah.
But it's like, you hear this all the time, and it's always something that was labelled, that was chucked at Christopher Hitchens whenever he did a debate. It was like, why don't you just go around killing everyone? And it's like, you wouldn't want to do that anyway.
Yeah.
Why would you want to do that? Like, if I knew I could get away with killing you and not go to prison and not be punished for it, I still wouldn't kill you.
Yeah.
You know? Because I don't want to kill you. I don't want to kill anyone.
Yeah.
You know?
The issue is that theists will argue the fact that without religion there is no morality, but that's flawed.
Yeah.
I had my brain.
Because surely, right? Morality, if it's created by God, it just is a thing, right?
Yeah.
So, but as we know, people en masse, were not very moral as you go back in years. As you go back in years where, like, you know, we're fighting with sword and shield here. You know what I mean? And, like, men would consistently, en masse, rape women.
Yeah.
You know, because they were seen as lesser beings. They were just there for your amusement. You know? But that's not morality changing. That's us changing, you know, and becoming more civilized. But if God made morality and instilled it inside of you as a thing, you wouldn't have done that then either.
But here's the issue with that. Because I don't think they believe that the morality is instilled. And that is the issue.
And why do some people get it and some people don't?
Why do some people... And let's say I made this argument before, right? I like to think of myself as a pretty good dude, right?
Yeah.
But that's just how I am.
Yeah.
Even if I am a dude, let's stipulate.
Even if you are a dude, you're not a dude now.
Don't assume my gender, okay? Let's assume that I am a good dude, right?
Yeah.
Inherently, I'm a good dude. I act as a good dude does.
Yeah. You try to do good things.
I try to do good things, right?
Yeah.
Now, that's just my default setting.
Yeah.
Therefore, I don't think I'm moral. A truly moral person would have the inclination to do bad things and choose not to do
the
them.
good ones. Yeah.
So,
but it's like the opposite argument of Hitler, isn't it? It's like Hitler wholeheartedly believed what he was doing was right.
Yeah.
So does that make him evil?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, because he died knowing or thinking that his actions were for the good of planet Earth, or for the good of Germans at least.
And let's say,
at the very least, for the good of his country.
His country, yeah.
Right? So is he truly evil? You know, whereas if you want to really freak yourself out in the levels of depravity in a single person's mind,
Yeah.
go on YouTube and look at live interviews with Jeffrey Dahmer, right? And he talks about his killings.
Yeah.
And he tells you he knew what he was doing was really bad,
Yeah.
but he did it anyway.
Wasn't his first kill an accident?
No.
No?
The worst
Was it in like the basement of his like mum's house or some shit?
he killed a few, because Jeffrey Dahmer was homosexual.
Yep.
So what he used to do, he used to go to a club, take someone, and rape, murder them.
Yeah.
But what he wanted, his biggest thing was control. He needed to be in control. His massive thing was about control.
Didn't he try and make a zombie?
He tried to make a zombie he tried it twice.
Yeah.
He drilled holes in people's heads when they were alive. And the first time he poured hot water into their brains. And he's talking about this. You can watch the video and he talks about it in every detail. And he says,
vomit.
And he talks about it in the way he goes, and that didn't work. So I tried acid the next time. You know, and he talks about it as if it's just every day. You know? And he's like, because he goes, if I could get someone to be completely just a slave, because he wanted a zombie that would do anything he wanted. That was the ultimate control for him. And that's what he wanted. He wanted the ultimate control over a human.
That is when someone has watched too much TV and is like, yeah, I could probably make a zombie. Or like, without any kind of scientific background, just like, I'll put apple juice next. That'll work.
You know, it's just like, but yeah.
But here's the thing. So Jeffrey Dahmer knew what he was doing was bad.
Yeah.
But let's be fair, that's pretty deviant from the norm, right?
Yeah.
I don't know many people who do that.
No.
Maybe a couple. No, I'm just... The issue with that is Jeffrey Dahmer going to hell?
No.
No?
It is.
Okay, let's say hell exists.
Right.
Right. Let's ascribe to a Christianity viewpoint, right?
Well, from a Christianity viewpoint, yes, he would.
He would.
Because he's committed sin. He's committed sins and was not repentant.
Okay. But okay, let me rephrase this. Let's create our own religion right now. Right?
The problem with religion is it's scripture, right? Things are written.
Yeah.
And they are written, you know? So if you sin and you are repentant, you can go to heaven. If you sin and you are not repentant, you go to hell.
Depending on what?
No, because you have the deadly sins. Yeah?
Yeah.
You have the sins that you do not do.
Yeah.
Right? You do not kill. You do not lay with another man's wife. All these things are the things that send you to hell, right? And if you do them, you can still go to heaven. But you have to be truly repentant.
No, if you're Catholic. If you're Catholic and you kill someone, you go to hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Last time I checked, it's been a while.
Last time I checked. They may have changed it again.
I mean, apparently you'd be a gay Catholic now, so that's progressive,
You
left-wing
can do
hopes and whatnot.
Another revision, newer testament.
But let's quickly make a religion on the fly. Bear with me here, right? Let's make some key rules.
Right.
I'll see if you agree with me.
Okay.
Okay, rule 1. Right?
Yeah.
There's a heaven and hell.
Okay.
And if you're a good person, you go to heaven.
Yeah.
If you're a bad person, you go to hell.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Rule 2. We, in heaven, make all the people on earth. Right?
We
make all the people on earth.
Right, okay.
We churn them out.
Yeah.
Flick them into ladies' bellies. Pop them out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then from there on, they're on their own.
Okay.
Is it fair that someone like Jeffrey Dahmer goes to hell?
Yes.
Why?
Because he knew what he was doing was wrong.
He knew he was doing wrong, but we made him someone who could do that. Do you think everyone has the capability to do what Jeffrey Dahmer did? in their blood, in their bones, they have the ability to do what Jeffrey Dahmer did.
No.
So therefore, we made him that way.
Yeah. But I'm not religious.
No, but this is why we're making up our own religion. So,
Right.
so from that,
Yeah.
should he go to heaven or hell?
I do not want the words coming out of my mouth that I don't want Jeffrey Dahmer to go to hell.
Yeah.
Because Jeffrey Dahmer's soul, if that was to be a thing, should be punished beyond prison.
Because let me tell you something, Jay. A lot of serial killers now, when they're doing autopsies of serial killers' brains,
There's something wrong with them.
there's something wrong with their brains.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with the way they're made.
Yeah.
How is that their fault? Let's say we embrace. Well, once again, I'm not defending Jeffrey. Let me just clarify.
This chapter is called Defending the Serial Killers.
Let me just clarify. I am in no way defending Jeffrey Dahmer. What he did was horrible and horrific, and my sympathies go to everyone he harmed, and that's insanely. I can't even imagine how hard that must be.
Yeah.
But we need to have conversations about right and wrong and how people are dealt with, because Jeffrey Dahmer knew what he was doing was wrong, right?
Yeah.
But who could he tell about the thoughts he was having? Who could he say, "Oh, I want to drill holes in someone's head and make zombies. That's what I want to do." Who could he tell that to? No one.
Well, he could. He's scared about being locked up.
Yeah.
But
But let's say theoretically you're someone who needs help,
yeah.
right? You need, obviously, genetics play a huge factor, right?
Yeah.
But if you're someone who genuinely needs help, I sound like a serial killer. If you're someone who genuinely needs help, and have you ever heard the expression?
What you're trying to do is treat it simply as a mental illness, aren't you?
Not simply as mental illness. I'm talking about the way society views those who are atypical. In general, like even if they're not dangerous or harmful, they're treated differently, and often the differently isn't good.
Yeah.
And how are we as a society dealing with treating those who are different badly? I'm not saying, once again, we're the reason Jeffrey Dahmer the way he was, or that what he did was right, because obviously it was wrong. But have you ever heard the expression, "No man has been shamed out of into a genuine change of opinion"?
No. But it's true.
It's true.
Yeah.
So the only way we can treat dysfunction, treat those who are so immorally deviant, is to allow them to talk about what they feel and that they're morally deviant. It's the only way we can help them. If there's a culture of shame, how are we gonna get these people into the limelight? There's no way. No. How can we help? Serial killers or pedophiles or all these things, right? The only way they have shame, they can't communicate how they're feeling, which means they have to act on it, which means they do these things, they get sent to prison instead of getting help.
Two things on that.
Right, what? Hit me.
First one.
Yeah.
So, do you think... So, what you're saying kind of sounds in... So, even if Jeffrey Dahmer was brought up in the best possible family, you still think there would be something wrong with him?
Well, there's a leading question, because... Oh, so let's say he's adopted. So he's still born by the same mother and father, so he'd have the same issues that you would have.
Yeah, he's got the same genetics.
Yeah.
You still think he would grow up to have... Maybe not...
Not in any culture that we have right now. And also, he was clearly a psychopath, right? He had psychopathic traits.
Yeah, I understand.
There are lots of psychopaths and sociopaths who live normal lives.
Yeah. Well,
there are lots.
They've got a thing, aren't they? They think most CEO level people are sociopaths.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So it's how their dysfunction is channeled.
Yeah.
Obviously, high-level CEOs have a lot of power.
Yeah.
So they find a different way to get the fix that they need from control.
Yeah.
Obviously, Jeffrey Dahmer wasn't... I don't know what's happening. Jeffrey Dahmer wasn't raised in a wealthy household, was he?
I have no idea.
We should Google it.
We should.
But I'd be willing to bet.
He's probably not.
He's probably not.
Yeah.
Right? And obviously there are some, let's say, I'm not naming any CEOs, right? I'm going to get fucking demolished online. Let's say, I'm not saying any CEOs in the world currently are serial killers, but
Yeah.
I would wager that there's got to be one. You know what I mean? Sometimes the
There's
power...
a serial killer out there. There's a Lex Luthor out there.
There's
somewhere.
always more... There's always something more that a lot of people want.
Yeah. Second question.
Yeah.
How far do you go to facilitate someone's apparent genetic monstrousness within them?
Well, you don't facilitate it. That would be...
No, you know what I mean? Like, how to quell it, right?
To quell it.
Because...
Jaqueline.
Because about 2 years ago, Japan were in the limelight.
Because of the
They tried to pass through a thing to create child sex dolls.
Yep, I remember this.
For pedophiles.
Yeah.
Right? Is that too far to
Mate, I don't know.
ward off?
God damn,
Or are you perfectly fine with that?
Well, I'm not saying I know the answers. I'm saying this is an issue.
I'm asking you.
Well, I don't know. I honestly don't know where I sit, because what would you prefer? Let me ask you the question. What would you prefer? An actual child was molested, or someone can act out their
All I'm saying,
immoral fantasies safely?
All I'm saying is, if I have a kid,
Right.
my kid's walking down the street,
Yeah.
right? One of these guys who may or may not have been, I'm talking from a perspective of this is genetic. They're born like they are.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
They're born like they are. So my kid's walking down the street. He, she, whoever this pedophile is,
Because they might not have a gender.
It's true. Sees my child, gets the sick urges that they have,
Yep.
right? Instead of kidnapping my child,
Yeah.
immediately runs home
They run home, yeah.
and gets their doll that they've got, and quells their urges.
Yeah.
Just removes it.
Yeah.
Kind of like if it's like an addict having a cigarette.
Yeah.
They need the cigarette. Right? I'm a happier person
Because my child wasn't
than the
scarred for life.
alternative.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So from that perspective, you'd have to say that I'd agree with
Making them. Yeah.
But it's also like, it also has to be made in a sense of some regime to get them out of it in total.
Yes. So it's a part
You don't go, here's your doll.
You good
can
forever
do whatever the
now.
hell you like
Yeah.
now, you know?
It's I think is that's the issue, isn't it? Because we don't know how to treat it. We don't know how to treat it.
Yeah.
And also, if it is, let's say, help me out, gay conversion camps.
Yes.
We all agree that those are completely immoral, right?
Yes.
We both know. Maybe some people think they're quite useful, whatever, right?
And total lies.
Yeah. It doesn't work.
No.
It's never worked.
Even the people that come out saying it's word, it hasn't.
Yeah, exactly, right?
It's just easier for them.
So is there any hope for these people?
Yeah.
And if so, what do we do with these people, with these members of society? How do we deal with it?
Arkham City.
Yeah,
but
it's a genuine question that no one has the answer to, and no one wants to talk about it because they're just like,
it's dark.
It's dark. It is
Especially
dark.
when it comes to like pedophiles.
Yeah.
Because no one wants to talk about it.
No.
Because as like a society, you see it as like me.
Yeah.
I see not just sexually.
Yeah.
Any form of harming.
Yeah.
On purpose.
Yeah.
Harming a child.
Yeah.
Is just sick.
Yeah.
Right? And I think the majority of people feel the same way. So you feel no compassion. No. It's kind of the difference why you never see people campaigning for lung cancer, but they campaign for other cancers. Because the overriding feeling about lung cancer is
they did it themselves.
Deserves it because they smoked.
Yeah.
You know? It's the same thing.
Yeah.
With
a lot bigger scale.
Yeah, on a lot bigger scale. Is because No one has compassion for it. No one feels sorry
Yeah.
for that paedophile.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, a murderer comes on the telly
Yeah.
and they're doing their court case.
Yeah.
And eventually the stories of their life come out and you find out that they were abused as a child.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is, every single time, a very large group of people
Yeah.
that will come out in defense of this person because
They had a
they've
rough
been
childhood.
moulded
Yeah.
into this
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah. Exactly.
right? I can't remember the last time there was people with picket signs going, "Please free X serial killer."
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that, not serial killer, X pedophile.
Pedophile. Yeah. Yeah.
That never happens.
Yeah.
Because I think children are
Because
children are the future.
it's next level evil.
Yeah.
It's next
It's
level.
next level evil to harm a child because they can't protect themselves at all.
Yeah. And
And they don't even comprehend what you're doing.
Yeah, that's the extra level of darkness.
Yeah.
It's just like if someone gets killed, everyone knows what's happening.
Yeah.
Like you're dying, you know you're dying, you know
Yeah.
what's happening, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's the layer of they don't necessarily know what's going on,
Yeah.
but you know it's sadistic and evil.
It's just wrong.
It's fucking crazy.
You know, and it's like, it's the level of wrong where the normal everyday man, no matter what your genetics are, no matter what happened to you in your previous life,
Yeah.
will not forgive you for it.
No.
You know, no matter what.
No.
And they won't want your help. You know, like, I don't have children yet,
Yeah.
you know, but my brother has children.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. If someone was to harm his daughter or his son,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what happened to them in their lives
Yeah,
up
yeah,
until
yeah.
that point. If he ever saw them, they'd be
They'd be dead.
they'd be dead.
They'd be dead.
You know?
course,
so it's like, doesn't matter. You know, and the thing is, most people to a certain age, like really, my age now and above, yeah, usually have kids.
Yeah.
You know? And they'll be the people watching the news articles about these people, and they'll be going, reading the story, looking down at their children, and going, I'd be taking that motherfucker's head if he did that to them.
yeah.
You know? And that's the problem.
Well, I'm not saying
Or
I
a
have.
problem. No, that's the wrong term. That's the thing.
That's the thing.
That's how the world is. But I think that's a good way to leave it on that.
Leaving this an insanely dark note.
Yeah, insanely dark note. But I've enjoyed just waffling for an hour and 20 minutes. As my girlfriend walks down the stairs, interrupting my podcast, even though there's a bin upstairs and windows outside every
It's
single
just a
room.
woodlouse.
It's definitely just a woodlouse.
I
She's
want to put it outside.
That's cool.
Move a chair.
Top pants. Top pants. That was a woodlouse, people.
that was a woodlouse. People, there's windows upstairs she could have put it out of. Not quite sure why she came down
I
here.
don't think she even got rid of the woodlouse.
No. But yeah. How you feeling about the return of, well, not the return, the return of us podcasting.
I like it. I like it a lot.
The start of the new podcast.
We can hopefully end it on a less. I want to shoot myself note. Maybe next time.
Yeah, maybe next. We'll end on a good thing.
Yeah. I
We'll
think-
alternate with our goodness and badness.
Yeah. That seems
Because
good.
we are a balanced podcast.
We are balanced. The Balanced Podcast. Yeah.
Okay? But thank you very much for watching, guys. And we'll see you later.
Bye.